Hello everyone, I hope you're having I hope you had a good Friday. Sorry this video is coming out late, and I'm sorry there was no video yesterday. As I said already, I had a race. I was gone pretty late, and so I really did not have any time to do a video because I got home, I had dinner, and then I showered and went to bed. But yeah, sorry there was no video yesterday, but please subscribe. I really appreciate if you would subscribe. But tonight we're going to be looking into a lot of different things because the weather is pretty active right now. Uh, yeah, in two different ways, mostly. Yeah, but right now, tropical wise, we have a lot of activity in the Atlantic right now. We have we'll take a look at Jerry in a few minutes, but Humberito no longer exists, which is good. But let's start off with this little invest we have out here. So I don't even think it's an invest. It's just a broad area of low pressure. It has about a 10% chance of forming. It'll probably form in this area, and it won't be very strong. If it does form, it'll probably be maybe a tropical storm. But that is something we need to keep an eye on. But something that is a little bit more interesting. This is a 40% chance of forming right here. This orange thing. This is going towards the Windward Islands, but so you do need to, and then this could eventually, if this does form, it could. The GFS model does say, well, we're not going to take a look at the GFS model for hurricane-wise tonight, but that could go up in this region, and we'll have to keep an eye on that for that, or it could go this way. So that is these two things are something we need to keep an eye on. We have this we need to keep an eye on a lot right now because this was about an 80% chance in the next 5 days of forming. It's still in Africa, but the National Hurricane Center is pretty positive this will form. But if this does form, the question is if it will move this way, or maybe that way. And that's what we will look at tomorrow, probably, or Sunday, if development does happen. But now let's take a look at Jerry. Has at 80 mile an hour winds. It's a Category 1 hurricane. Pressure was, I think, 900. It was 991 there. Is moving west-northwest to this direction pretty much at 17 miles an hour. So it's moving pretty fast. Already by tomorrow evening, it'll probably be, to put a dot, it'll probably be like right there. And by Sunday evening, it'll be right there. Monday evening, it will be about right there. And it'll probably by maybe tomorrow will be die back down to a storm. It could go out. It could go from hurricane to tropical storm, back to hurricane to tropical storm a few times. But it's probably not going to become a Category 2, but it still could, because we'll have to see, as waters are pretty warm in this region. In Humberito, or however you say it, was, I think, like a Category 3 when it passed up here. It didn't go like that. It went like that very much. But something we need to keep an eye on, and I will do that every day. Wind history, wind-wise, not really affecting land. There's maybe some pretty gusty winds in some of these islands, but that's about it. You can see the hurricane force wind swath right there. Wind speed probabilities. Bermuda, this got affected by Humberito, and now they are right in the middle of the path of Jerry. See, like they're right there. The storm is expected to sort of go like this. If by this, looking at the wind, you can sort of see where it's expected to go, sort of like that. And it could go right to the north of Bermuda or to the northwest of Bermuda. Again, so that's something we want to keep an eye on. If we go back, I do want to look at I want to show you guys briefly what's going on in the eastern North Pacific. We have Tropical Storm Mario. That could go like this. We're not probably gonna. It's a pretty big storm, but it's going to continue to be a tropical storm most likely. And then we got a storm almost equal intensity, Kiko. Kiko has been around for a long time. This is advisory 34. You can see it's expected to continue to be a storm for a long time. So this is one of those slow-moving, pretty long time tropical storms right here. See, it's pretty small, but it'll move in a kind of odd path. It goes down and up like that, and so we will need to keep an eye on that storm. and I will be doing that, of course. But then the major issue is Lorena right now. It has 85-mile-an-hour winds. So it's a Category 1. Has 986 millibars. Is moving northwest, so this way, at 5 miles an hour. So pretty slow. Could probably drop some pretty excessive rainfall totals. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's going to make landfall right there in Mexico. And could ride up the coast, maybe. You see, we have, and the red thing is the red boxes are hurricane warnings, and then the blue things are tropical storm warnings, and the pinks around the blues are hurricane watches. So you see, and then we even have some tropical storm watches right there on the coast of Mexico, or the big, or like the mainland Mexico, I guess, and not the little. I think that's Baja California right there. I'm pretty sure, unless my thing is lying, but I doubt that. You can see wind speed probabilities. Pretty certain no tropical storm force wind speeds in that area. But now let's move on to a different topic. Severe weather that is pretty active tonight. Marginal risk out in New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas right there, and we got a slight risk going all the way down to Wyoming and Nebraska, and all the way up to Minnesota and North Dakota. It's a pretty large slight risk. You can see we have a good squall line already right there in North Dakota. There was some storms firing out ahead of it in North Dakota and Minnesota. Watch-wise, you have a lot of severe thunderstorm watches. Mesoscale discussions, we got 2 storm reports. You can see a lot have happened with this cold front that is coming through. Let's take a look at the convective outlooks for tomorrow. We do have a slight risk. One in Minnesota and North Dakota again with the cold front. Then we have one down in Kansas, Iowa, and mostly Kansas, Iowa, and Missouri, and Nebraska. You can see potentially an enhanced risk, actually, maybe in this region right here is a chance for an enhanced risk. Probably, I'd say right now about a 30, but I will update you guys tomorrow, and that will probably happen if there is an enhanced risk. We can see we have a marginal risk for Sunday right here, going all the way from Texas to Ohio with the cold front. Now let's switch to a different topic. We can see we are looking at the GFS model for the whole what is this? For the whole continent of North America here. And you can see we got snow up there, but play this out. I kind of find this interesting here, just so we can see like what's going on around us. We have another one of those big fronts that could hit that region. But this is Tuesday evening now. We can see we have Jerry right here. If we take the track of Jerry here from the GFS model, you can see it kind of where it is now. It'll go sort of according to the GFS model right over Bermuda. You can see right here at Wednesday morning, it's on Bermuda. Pretty strong system right up there in Canada, or probably the Arctic Circle almost. You can see there's even a chance of snow maybe out in Montana. We'll talk about that in a second. The models have been consistent throughout the day. The GFS model mostly, all the model runs have been saying that there's a chance for snow. So we will briefly look at that. I'm not saying it's definitely going to snow. We're just going to look at that just because it's not our first winter storm video. We're not doing a winter storm video just because it doesn't need one. We won't do one. That's probably till like late October when the first winter storm actually has eventually happened. You can see we have a lot of Pacific fronts slamming into Washington. Like this one, you can see right here, this is Thursday, September 26th. So this Thursday, we got a low right there. You can see a cold front right there, and that's going to slam into Washington Thursday morning. Could bring some, and that storm right there will be the cause of a potential of some, with the snow right there. See how could bring some heavy rainfall to the Oregon and Washington area, and that could bring some snow, which we'll look at more in depthly in a second. But I think that does have a good chance of happening just because it's only a week out. So it's pretty far out, but it's not too far out. But if we go back to an older model, we can continue after next weekend. here. This is Sat Friday night. Yeah, you can still see the smile says the snow will be a little bit further south because of that system. This would stop loading and my computer would be so laggy, it would work better. You can see what happens. Got a pretty big, right here we have a pretty big cold front right there going all the way down to Texas. It's a nice baroclinic system, probably. And we can see some snow on the backside of that in Canada, just like we would expect for a pattern right now. And then you can see we have a system that comes off the Rockies right there, and this is the last that the model we can see. This is Sunday, October 6th in the morning. We have a strong low pressure of a nice cold front, probably severe weather going all the way down to maybe South Carolina and all the way up to New York, maybe. Probably like a marginal risk and maybe even a little bit of a slight in this region for Sunday. But this is too far out. We're just looking at that for fun. That's far out, but let's go take a look at the potential for snow. So, you can see, of course, mountain snow. But if we go out to, right here, this is Thursday. We can see our system at 998 millibars coming in, bringing some mountain snow to state of Washington, bringing a lot of rain to maybe even Oregon later Thursday afternoon. You can see we definitely have a cold front probably going across the U.S. right there, maybe a stationary front. And we can see Thursday afternoon the snow really enhanced, maybe across even into Montana some mountainous snow, and then rain. We got our low pressure centered right there, and then you see it kind of gets a hit up in the mountain area. But we can still probably pick it out. It's right there, probably the center of our low pressure system. We do have the mountain snow, like I was saying. With it, we can play this out a little bit further now. This is Friday about noon. We can see got a lot of showers and snow showers all the way down to California, all the way over to Utah, into Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana, and even southern Alberta. Yeah, Alberta. Right there we can see our low pressure is picking up on this now. It's at 990. And then now this is the last cinema run. This is the one that just came out. This is Saturday morning next week. We got a low pressure here. We got some kind of like a hole. This is a really big area of low. It's not really closed off. It's just like a big low like that. You can see how it's like that. But we do have like the rain like this. We got some snow back here. But yeah, that'll work for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good Saturday, and I will be posting tomorrow most likely unless something happens. But yes, please subscribe. I really appreciate it, and peace.